I'm only in town for a short visit. I will not stay long. I am better off back home.
How are things going?
Most of the supplies are on board. We're missing a few crates of grains and vegetables, a delivery of potions, and some other bits and pieces.
Good. Don't linger too long.
The paperwork's already being processed by the Azadi. Those fools. If only they knew what...
Shh! Not here. I don't think it's a good idea to tempt fate.
I didn't think you believed in that spiritual claptrap, Raven. Fate? Ha! We make our own destiny.
Still, better to be on the safe side. You don't foresee any problems, then?
Everything's in order. This ship's going to the islands. At least according to all the properly stamped and perfectly forged documents.
I'll rest easy only when you've reached safe harbor.
Don't fret. You'll rest easy soon enough.
A Samare. I thought they didn't like the ocean. Maybe she's curious. I seek passage to your city. I wish to visit the library.
We are here to trade and to collect. We do not take on passengers.
A long time ago, I sailed on one of your ships, and I met one of your people. He called me a wave.
Not many of your kind would lay claim to such a title.
I'm not laying claim to anything. I'm just telling you what he told me.
If you were a wave, we would grant you passage. But all I see is a human.
I'd like to ask for passage again.
We do not take on passengers.
I'm desperate. I need to get to your city, to your library. I'm looking for someone.
There are no humans in the city. Rarely is anyone allowed to visit our forest.
Not a human. Someone else. The White of the Drag kin.
I know of no such creature. You should look elsewhere.
I'd like to ask for passage again.
We do not take on passengers.
I'll pay you good money for passage.
We do not crave money, human.
Then what do you want?
We are here to find new additions to our library. Someday it will be complete, and we can sleep. Until then, we travel, and we collect.
I'd like to ask for passage again.
We do not take on passengers.
I'm sure we can come to some sort of understanding.
We cannot. We do not take on passengers. Ever.
You did once. A long time ago, I was given passage on one of your ships.
Then you were fortunate. It does not happen very often.
Charms. April Ryan, what can I do for you?
Would you be interested in parting with that book of yours?
Oh, I don't know. It's the last remaining copy, you know. All the other copies spontaneously combusted.
I'm aware of that, but I need something to get me passage on that shadow ship down in Shady Quay.
You believe my book would help with that?
Maybe. The Dark people collect books, and yours is quite unique. Isn't that so?
It is. It is.
Wouldn't you consider it an honor to have your first published novel become a part of the greatest library in Arcadia?
I would. I would indeed. Wait, I have it right here. I carry it with me always. There you go. Treat it with care. Don't let it get wet. Don't feed it red meat. And for the love of the balance, do not hold it upside down when there's a full moon. Oh, never again shall I glance upon the top 10 reasons why you should not build a flying castle on page 42 and smile knowingly.
But think about it. Thousands of people will get to enjoy your unique outlook on life. Your book will be part of something much, much greater.
You're right. Of course, you're right. Go on, take it away, or I shall become emotional, and when a wizard weeps, the whole world weeps with him.
This is the only remaining copy of Klax's novel, and if I'm lucky, it won't blow up in my hands. You collect books, isn't that right?
We collect all that is written and recorded. Books, scrolls, stones, crystals, history, poetry, journals, stories. From the first word to someday, the last. Until our collection is complete, we will continue to travel, to trade, and to collect.
I guess the last existing copy of a rare book would be pretty important to you.
It would be, unless we already possess it.
You don't. Not this one. Farewell to My Wizarding Days by Rupert F. Klax.
I will speak with my brothers at the library. This is a book we do not have. We need it for our library. Will you part with it?
For a price. I need to get to your city.
Show me the book, so that I can see for myself. Very well, human. This book is of value to us. We will grant you passage on our shadow ship.
Thank you. When do we leave?
Very soon. We await only the last deliveries from our suppliers. Step aboard.
You sure you don't want anything to eat? I can order in.
I'm not very hungry. Thanks, though.
All right. Some coffee? Tea?
No, thanks.
I have, whiskey.
I'm fine, Damien. Really.
All right.
So, what do you think?
I think you shouldn't believe a word of what that man told you. He was trying to get inside your head. There's no proof that anything's happened to Reza.
I hope you're right. If I've come this far and it turns out Reza's...
Stop it. There's nothing to be gained from imagining the worst. He must be very important to you. Reza, I mean.
He is. Reza was my best friend for so long, and I was totally in love with him. When that feeling went away, I don't love him any less, but it's different now. I don't know what's going on with me. I've lost faith. Not just in him, in everything. School, my friends, my hobbies, my future, Reza. Nothing seems to matter that much anymore. And that's why, when Reza went missing, I knew I had to go after him. Not just because he's my friend, and not just because I love him, but because if I didn't, then who would I be? What would I be? I may not like the Zoe I'm turning into, but I would have hated the Zoe who just abandoned her best friend like that. So, yes, he's very important to me. Of course. And right now, more than anything in the world, I want him to be okay.
So, that man.
The one in the garden. He acted like he's behind the whole thing. Like he controls Watticorp.
I've heard rumors, but I've never actually believed. I think his name is Alvin Peets.
Pete's? The guy who founded Watty?
He'd be several hundred years old, but in a way, it still makes sense. It's a sort of urban water cooler legend. Whatever happened to Alvin Peets? No one knows. But there are lots of theories. Some say they've heard he's been kept alive by machines, and that he still controls Watercorp. It's the kind of thing you have a good laugh at.
He wasn't just hooked up to a machine, Damien. He looked like he was a machine. At least partly so. And he was just... evil. Sad, pathetic and hateful. He claimed that we were stealing his senses. I think he was actually afraid of me.
From what you told me earlier, it sounds like he's completely dependent on the wire. The static must be scaring the hell out of him. If he needs the wire to see and hear, he's completely lost without it.
I just don't feel safe anymore. He knew who I was. He's been inside Rez's dreams. He has spies everywhere. Cameras, bots.
Don't worry, Zoe. He won't find you here, I promise. I'll check around tomorrow, see if I can dig up any information on Pete's. You must be tired. I'm keeping you up.
I'm sorry. I'm just... Yeah, I am quite tired. I guess I should find a hotel and figure out what to do next. Thanks for the clothes, Damien. I'll...
Hey, no, there's no need to find a hotel. You can stay here. I mean, if you're comfortable with that, I can sleep on the floor.
Oh, you really don't have to...
I know, but you've been through a lot, and you're helping me out, so the least I can do is let you sleep in my bed. That didn't come out right. You know what I mean.
Thanks, Damien. If you're okay with me staying here, I will.
Okay, so, let me get the bed ready for you.
That's okay. I can...
Yeah. Well, I guess you can give me a hand.
Okay. Yes. Great.
By the way, if I'm gone when you wake up tomorrow, don't be alarmed. I have to be at the office quite early.
Oh, that's okay. I'll be fine. I'll just stay here.
Good. Let me find you a sheet and a cover.
This is it, Apostle. The Empire's greatest achievement east of Sadir. A monument to our might and to our faith.
Even in Sadir, there is nothing that can compare to this. Why was it built so tall?
You're asking the wrong man. I don't question the infinite wisdom of the Six. I have absolute faith in their decisions.
Of course, as do we all.
Go right inside, Apostle. The emissary is expecting you.